Hello, my name is Brian Spellman, and I'm going to try a new cigar called Rocky Patel's Special Reserve Sun-Grown Maduro. It's told to be a very popular cigar. I got a tip on it from an old friend who I used to swim with in high school named David Mowry. He's a cigar smoker. He knows his stuff. I was told this had a ring gauge of about 56, so it's a pretty thick cigar. I kind of like them that way. Seem to get more mileage out of the nicotine, I've noticed. There you go. I'm just learning cigars because I had my first one in the Millennium just about a week ago. So I hope you enjoy my cigar with me. I don't have a cigar lighter, but I understand that you light it first if you can. Score it or whatever they call it. I don't have one of those lighters that has a pretty strong torch to it. I'll have to puff on it. Get an even burn if I can. I was telling my friend David Mowry that one of the first things I learned when I resumed smoking cigars is that you have to learn to say no to yourself. You have to learn to say when to say no and how to say no. It's a constant battle to keep the budget reasonable. This cigar was about $12.99, and as you can see, it's about that long. Getting too much taste out of it. It was said to be an oily cigar, which I guess it means when it burns through. It tastes kind of wet. I decided to keep some water by me because cigars make me salivate. I don't want any spitting all over the place. If I'm in a humidor, I can't. So I'm developing a new habit to break an old one. Drink a little bit of water in between puffs. I smoked cigarettes. I started tobacco when I was 18. I met a friend from Arizona, and I met him from Massachusetts. We both went to Indiana University and swam for Doc Councilman, and he chewed tobacco, and he said, "Would you like to chew some tobacco with me?" I said, "Well, what for?" I knew ball players used it in 1978, this was, and I just thought they had to put something in their mouth. And he said, "No, it gets you high." And I said, "Oh, really?" So I'll try it, and before I knew it, I was hooked on chewing tobacco. They never had quite the appeal of the Dome Stadium sports. So I switched to cigarettes after I graduated college and stopped swimming at 23 years old. And I didn't quit cigarettes until 1999 on my birthday, January 21st. And so from that date until just last week, I hadn't been back to tobacco, but I had smoked cigars and I enjoyed them. I'm enjoying them now, but I know that it's not a poor man's event for sure. Oh, this is delicious. man at the humidor that I bought this from, I asked him what the difference in filler versus the wrap was, and the shape or the size of the cigar, and he told me the thicker the cigar, the more filler you get per cigar, and you get a bigger dose of nicotine, but you sacrifice the taste of the cigar, which is in the leaf, which is the long part. So longer cigars taste more flavorful in general. There's exceptions, I'm sure, but the shorter ones, the thicker ones, have a bigger dose of delivery of nicotine. Here's to you, Dave. And this is also a box-shaped cigar, so it's a square cigar, or rectangular. So there's 4 corners to it, as opposed to a rounded cigar. And that wrapper is much too far up for me to stop smoking at the wrapper. So I'm taking it off. To the convenience store to pick up some cheapies and double cigars per pack. They're only $1.29. The reason I do that is to space myself in my budget through these elegant humidor cigars. They're expensive and out of my budget to smoke them as I would like all the time. So I buy those to keep me stagnated through the times when I can smoke a nice cigar. Wow. That's nice. I went to grad school for business, and there was a principle called the law of diminishing marginal returns, and it goes like this basically. If you have a favorite ice cream and you have it the first day, it's terrific and you get like 100% of your enjoyment out of it. You try it a few days later and maybe 98%, then a week later maybe 90%, and so on and so forth. So each time you try it, you get a diminishing return on your investment. Cigars may be that way in the long run overall, but the smoking of a single cigar is just the opposite of that. The beginning of the cigar is somewhat enjoyable, but as it goes down and resonates through the stem of the cigar, it gets progressively better each time. So, love increasing marginal returns, and I don't know too many things that are as good as a cigar for that. Well, there's my taste test on Rocky Patel's Sun-Grown Robusto cigar. It's delicious and I love it. I'm going to have the rest of it in private if you don't mind. Thank you.